will stay here, please. I said stay, I don't want you to fall and break a lens again. That would be so unfortunate. Wow, brain. This is a very weird position because I have to like be like really laid back, which feels very not me, but anyway. Hi, I don't know if you're new here or if you've been here before. I'm Esther. I make things. Usually it revolves around sewing, but not always. And I'm trying to get back into things, so I'm currently just working on making videos so that I can release them. But today we're going to make, well, we're not going to actually make something. Well, we sort of, but not really. So last year I got an old coat jacket thing from my dad. Well, he didn't give it to me, but he didn't exactly wear it because it was too small on him. So I wanted to make something for me out of it. Sounds really mean. He's fine with it. He's fine with it. But I decided to make a jacket for myself. But that is obviously smaller because he is a tall guy, and although I'm not small, I'm not exactly as tall as him. So that jacket was a dress. Unfortunately, I do not have any pictures of me in it. I don't have the before, so it's gonna be kind of like a thing. But basically the main issue is that I never finished it because I got overwhelmed, kind of burned out, and so I didn't do that. The outside of the jacket, in my mind it's pretty good, but it's been almost a year since I've seen it, so we're gonna look at it together soon. But the lining, I didn't really think about if I would take in the back, that when the shoulders are on it, the sleeves will just move up so they're really short and uncomfortable, and that basically I didn't have the brain power to fix it, so I didn't, so it's just in shambles. And because I need a little push to make sure I do this, because it would really be nice to have another jacket, because my current jacket, especially for the time like autumn or like spring where you don't really want to wear your full winter coat, but a small summer jacket doesn't cut it anymore. I only have one that is technically good for this weather, but like the wind goes through it and it doesn't hold back any rain, and because this is a waxed jacket, it kind of does. So it would be really nice to have this. I hope it is as cool as I remember it to be. It isn't finished, like there are still a lot of things to do. Like first of all, we need to fix the inside jacket so that I still have some leftover lining. I still have some leftover lining to hopefully patch up the sleeves to make them longer. And then we need to finish everything else. Like it doesn't have buttons, it doesn't seam because the jacket lining needs to be in, and then we can move on to like sewing it properly stuck and like having like the edges of the seams be ready and put the buttons in and stuff. But yeah, so let's go on to how the jacket looks. I've the pile just here. I just got it from my storage space. So these are bits of scraps of the lining that hopefully is enough to fix it. And this is the lining itself. I will just quickly put it on. You can still see remnants because like there's holes in where the buttons were. I had to cut around the buttons, but it was fine because I had enough fabric. At least I thought so. Probably still fine. But yeah, like as you can see, like they end here. So I want to do it at a shoulder line so that I don't have to sew all this back up. So we're going to take apart this and then we're going to add as much extra fabric as we need. We may have to find some extra somewhere if this isn't enough, because there are scraps. I'm not certain how this is going to work, but it's going to work. But it's quite a lot of extra length we need in arms. But probably gonna be fine. I did add this, like this is the label, and I added this extra label in here because it's gonna be hacked. Now, onto the jacket itself. It's this green waxed cotton. It had 4 pockets, but I'm a lot shorter, so I had to reduce them to 2 pockets, but they're giant pockets, so it's gonna be fine. I hope you can see it properly. Basically, you can see it is very much weirdly finished, but that's okay. Sleeves a bit long, but they need to be folded in anyway, and I like them a little bit longer so that it isn't too cold. Be like going like this, like a little diagonal closing. It's gonna be buttons here. I saw like a little, what it's called, army jacket on in the internet, like a vintage army like jacket with something like this, and I thought it was really cool and I wanted to replicate it. I did kept the little thing, I just put them inside out because I guess I preferred that. So once we get the lining in and can like sort this out when the lining is in, we need to hem everything. We need to obviously make this even because this is not the same. It's all like copy and paste, and I see like mistakes I made today. That's fine. It is absolutely fine. So I see there are little mistakes made, but they're fine because they're on the inside. I hope it is going to work out. I'm a little bit, yeah. I think it's going to be a really nice, cool jacket. Like a nice neutral-ish color where like a lot of different scarves can look great with it. I'm not certain if I'm going to do it today though. I just thought I would film the intro because I have some time left. I will see you next when we are actually working on a jacket. Yes. Just a quick interruption of just explaining what my plan is. So last night I took out the first sleeve and I realized that basically normally a sleeve has like a curve, like a shape. This is just like straight. This is the original sleeve, like I didn't alter this one at all. So my plan is to measure the one that's still in and see how much length I'm missing, and then making just basically strips, like rectangle strips in the length of the circumference and attach them. Which there is probably a better way of doing it because it does need a bit of shape, because originally I didn't attach it all in the as straight as like I had to make it fit. So like on top there is more fabric left over than at the bottom, but my brain can't think, so we're just gonna make 2 rectangles. Hopefully we are going to be able to do that and attach it like that. So that's the plan. hardly see it. Maybe this is the jacket. I quite like it. I think I did a good job. Oh, I haven't even put. I really like it. It is comfortable. It's probably going to keep me warm, and it's finished, which I'm very proud of. It's actually turned out better than I thought it would be. But what I wanted to talk about is because you basically stepped in this project halfway through, so you don't know where it started, and also don't have any pictures of how it used to look. I'm gonna kind of describe how it used to look. So first of all, the sleeves were not this. The sleeves were chilled there, so pretty long. The shoulders were ending here, because it was like a man's jacket that used to belong to my dad. We didn't really fit it because for him the sleeves were like this, which is not very comfortable in the winter, so he never wore it, so I stole it because I needed kind of like a transitional piece. Also, the length on me was around like here, and it was like huge on me. So what I did was the jacket like two pieces, so this piece and then like the bottom piece, it had 4 pockets, these pockets that are still here, and like some that were around here, like sliding in pockets. And to get it to the length I liked, I basically moved it up. I cut the lower part in half, so that is this, like the lower part is still intact. Basically, it's just a little bit smaller because I'm smaller. And then I measured where I wanted the shoulders to end and draw on there. And then I draw a somewhat shoulder seam, and then I cut it off because there's no seam in it. Basically, there was just an entire pattern piece, but I had to shorten it, so I cut a seam around the shoulders to move the arms up, and then attach the arms back again so that we have like a length that is desirable. We attached the upper part to the lower bottom part, and then it didn't have this panel. I made that out of the remaining fabric of the lower part that I cut in half, as I said, and created this. It has also slight lining. It wasn't big enough to do a proper lining, so it doesn't fit everywhere perfectly, so especially the inside. It's a bit messy, and you definitely see where I had to stitch things up. And then I got these buttons and put these on, and obviously you saw the rest, like the lining had to be made up to size, which creates these nice little patchworks on the inside. And also had to patch up this lining here because I shouldn't have to if I was careful enough with cutting, but it kept, because it was so much thinner as the rest of the fabric, it folded in between, so there are many cuts, so I had to patch it up so that it would be an entire piece once again. So yeah, the color is the same as it was originally, only I put it inside out because like normally the color was like a different color, but I just preferred it to be just one entire piece. So yeah, I made the jacket. I'm very excited for the weather to turn cold again so that I can wear it, and I hope this video has been somewhat enjoyable, even though you couldn't see the entire project, and it isn't as satisfying to see the before and after because I don't have a before picture. I just have this. I just have me rambling about how it looked before, which is not the same. I do recognize that, but sometimes this is all you got, and I'm very happy that I was able to finish it because I think I'm gonna really enjoy wearing this. Like, I'm surprised at how much I love this. So if you can't tell, it's kind of a resemblance of those vintage pilot jackets, because I saw them on Pinterest of like original ones, and I was like, I really like that. I wonder if I can make it. And it turns out I can. It just takes me like over a year to do so, but eventually I can. Next project will be a project where you will see the entire process of things. It has just a little sneak peek, not a sneak peek, just a little hint of what it's going to be. So maybe you noticed that this bar is a lot more colourful as it used to be. Maybe you don't remember, but there used to be green curtains here and a white wall. More I'm not going to say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just doing this for fun, so I don't want to put any pressure on growing his channel or anything. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you want to stick around, you stick around. If you don't, fine. That's fine. So yeah, bye. I think this jacket's gonna be cool, and I'm excited for some projects I'm gonna do. Like I have a curtain, because I've painted that wall. I'm not certain if I've shown you. I will show you either in the last video or this video. But like I have some curtains left from when I did my wall, because obviously I don't want to put a curtain over it. That would be silly. It's like, why would you paint it then? But I have some ideas to make with the fabric from the curtain. It's like this really beautiful, well, I don't know if it's like the best quality, but like it's this really nice velvet green, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. But first we're gonna make this, because this is the most practical thing I could make, because I guess soonish there will be weather appropriate for this, not appropriated. That's fine.